Have you ever typed a prompt into an AI tool and thought, why doesn't its output look or sound right? Well, you're not alone. Writing prompts is like giving directions. When they're clear and specific, the results are amazing. However, when they're not, let's just say, things can get messy. Welcome back to Absolute. My name is Joy Mama, and I'll be your host on this journey of exploring the nitty-gritty you need to know about writing good prompts for your AI text generators and text-to-image generators. In this video, we'll dive into how you can craft the perfect prompts to get stunning results from text generators like ChatGPT, RYTR, Jasper AI, and others. We'll also discover how to use free tools like Bing Image Generator, Leonardo AI, and their alternatives to create and replicate images that not only wow your audience, but also give life to your ideas. Trust me, you're just a few simple tricks away from becoming a prompt writing pro. We'll use ChatGPT to generate text and Leonardo AI to create images throughout this video. Firstly, let's begin with crafting text generation prompts. Whether you're writing a story, summarizing a topic, or brainstorming ideas, there are principles you should always follow to ensure your results are top-notch. Number 1. Clarity and specificity. The golden rule of prompting is clarity. The more specific you are, the better the AI understands your request. Let me show you an example. Let's assume we want to write a sci-fi type of story. One could just head to ChatGPT and tell it to write a sci-fi story. However, as you can see, the story is general and may not necessarily be what you thought it'll generate. But with a more detailed prompt like, write a 500-word sci-fi story about a time traveler who discovers their past self, you get an output that is a sci-fi story, and one that is more likely to paint the picture of what you have in mind than the more general prompt. The second prompt gives more context and a clear direction to the output, unlike the vague prompt which leaves the AI guessing. This saves you time and delivers exactly what you want. Number 2. Role assignments. A pro tip of text generation that most people won't tell you about is the importance of assigning a role to the AI. It's like giving it a hat to wear. For instance, in our last prompt, we could tell the AI to act as a professional science fiction writer with over 20 years of experience writing science fiction stories before proceeding to tell it what to create. Let's do that now and compare the output from the two prompts. What did you notice? As you can see, this little tweak changes everything. As an experienced writer, we witness the AI generating a more cohesive and complete story, unlike the previously generated one which ended on an ambiguous note. You can even try it out and see for yourself. Number 3. Constraints and parameters. Lastly, set some boundaries. You wouldn't ask a friend to tell you everything about the universe, right? The same goes for AI. By adding constraints like word count or tone, you guide the AI to produce focused and useful content. Let's add a suspenseful and tense tone to our prompt and see what it outputs. Can you see the new version of the story reeks of suspense? Somehow, we've been able to give life and a feeling to our story by prompting appropriately. Which do you enjoy the most? Tell me in the comments section. Now, let's move to crafting good image generation prompts. If you've ever been disappointed by the image an AI created, it might be because the prompt wasn't detailed enough, just like we've seen with text prompts. You left the AI guessing on what to create. Here's how to fix that. Number 1. Visual clarity. When describing an image, think of the subject. What or who do you want to see? Is it a person, an animal, or a scene? For example, a child playing in the park or a sunset over a mountain. Next, consider the style. How should it look? Do you want it realistic, cartoonish, or inspired by a particular art movement? Then, think about the mood. What feeling should the image evoke? Should it feel calm, adventurous, or spooky? Finally, the medium. What format or technique should it use? Is it a painting, a sketch, digital art, or other medium? Let's now see the difference between the output from a vague prompt and a visually clear prompt. Let's start with a vague prompt. Paint a forest. Now compare that to a visually clear prompt. Create a magical forest with tall glowing trees, soft mist in the air, and a fantasy art style that feels enchanting and otherworldly. What can you say about this new images? It looks like a fantasy art style, but still lack the enchanting and otherworldly feeling. Let's change the generation model and see the output it gives. Amazing, this is more like it. Enchanting, otherworldly, and magical. Notice that the first prompt is too broad. It might generate any kind of forest, realistic, abstract, or completely unrelated to your vision. The second prompt, however, provides clarity by specifying subject as a magical forest with glowing trees, style as fantasy art. The mood is set to enchanting and otherworldly. It also includes other details like soft mist in the air, enhancing the mystical vibe. With these details, the AI has a clear roadmap to create an image that closely aligns with what you have in mind. The more precise your description, the better your results will be. Number 2. Style and inspiration. Do you want your image to have a specific vibe? Mention an art style. Art styles include surrealism, impressionism, minimalism, and so on. You can browse the internet to find out more art styles and the works under them to decide which works best for what you want to create. Like I said when we discussed visual clarity, including a medium in your prompt cannot be overemphasized. The medium can be watercolor, digital painting, pencil sketch, etc. If you're also not familiar with art mediums, you can look it up on Google and get inspiration. Just type in examples of art mediums on Google and see what works for what you want to generate and include it in your prompt. Also, it's possible to reference an artist's work in your prompts to get more specific results. However, use this with caution to prevent unknowingly violating an author's copyright. All these tiny details help the AI understand the aesthetic you're aiming for and tailor the output accordingly. Let's see a demo. We'll start with a simple prompt. Design a cat. Notice how the outputs are random. Now let's refine it. Create a playful tabby cat sitting on a windowsill, in the style of minimalism, using digital painting as the medium. The background should feature a sunlit room with soft pastel tones, evoking a cozy and warm mood. As can be seen, the refined prompt adds layers of detail, from the cat's pose and environment to the art style and medium. This helps the AI produce a highly tailored result that captures exactly what you're imagining. So be as descriptive as possible and remember to include a subject, style, mood, medium, and other necessary details when writing an image prompt so that the results align with your imaginations in the best possible way. Number 3. Negative prompts. Sometimes it's not about what you want but what you don't want. Most AI text-to-image generation tools allow you to include a negative prompt. Here, you can specify elements you want the AI to avoid. These instructions act as filters, narrowing down the AI's focus and eliminating distractions or elements that don't align with your vision. Let's see our magical forest from before and see how we can use negative prompts to improve it. Go to the advanced settings and toggle on negative prompts. Now type in the things you don't want in your image in the negative prompt section. Once you're satisfied with it, click Generate. Looks like I left out the part of twisted figs and branches in the negative prompts. Let me add it and see how the singular statement can change our output. Can you see the results? Negative prompts help you refine image results by removing unwanted elements and giving you just what you want. Now, we've covered the 3 most important principles to note with text-to-image generation. Let's now see something that may be of help to us when it comes to AI image generation: replicating images. Suppose you come across an image you love, but want to tweak it or create something similar with a unique twist. Instead of starting from scratch, tools like Leonardo AI allow you to upload a reference image. This feature, however, is a paid option available in Leonardo AI's premium plans. It is especially useful for maintaining consistency in creative projects or drawing inspiration while adding your unique touch. Let's explore this further with a quick demo. For this example, we'll try replicating the same cat image that was created some demos before to a more mystical scene. How can we do this? First, download the image of the character or scene you want to replicate. Click on this image icon, select Style Reference, and then upload the image you want to replicate. Next, write a prompt describing how you want the image to be used in the current task, what you want to change, add or remove from the image. Once you're okay with your prompt and it meets our standard for a good prompt, proceed to generate. See? We've been able to replicate our cat in the same surroundings, but with a more mystical feeling. Isn't this amazing? You can play around with the images you have and see how you can tweak different parts of it to give it a unique touch. We've just explored writing text and image prompts and creating breathtaking outputs. One place where this skill can be employed is in writing and developing a storybook, where you can seamlessly blend imaginative storytelling with captivating visuals. To create a storybook with AI, your prompts need to guide the AI through the beginning, middle, and end of the narrative. Let's explore some key things to note. Number 1. Using story elements. Every great story has a few key elements. 1. Characters, who/what is the story about? 2. Setting, where does it happen? 3. Conflict, what challenge or adventure drives the story? 4. Resolution, how does it all end? A good prompt that contains all story elements could be: write a story for kids aged 6 to 8 about a brave squirrel named Acorn who lives in a glowing forest. The forest is losing its magic, and Acorn must team up with new friends to save it. This prompt gives the AI everything it needs to create an engaging story for your audience. Number 2. Setting the tone and style. For storybooks, tone and style are critical. Be sure to include this in your prompt. Next up, let's talk about bringing your storybook characters to life. Some things to keep in mind include: Number 1. Crafting character prompts. When describing a character, include details about their appearance, clothing, personality, and even their setting. Let's consider this prompt and see what it generates. Create a cheerful squirrel with a red scarf, holding an acorn, in a glowing forest with tall, magical trees. Cartoon style, soft pastel colors. This prompt clearly defined the character. What do you think of the output? Prompts like this ensure the AI generates visuals that match the personality and setting of your character. Number 2. Ensuring consistency across illustrations. To keep your characters consistent throughout the story, use similar prompts and repeat key details. You can also make a base graphic and replicate it for different scenes using Leonardo AI's style reference feature. It is important to note that consistency helps readers connect with the story and its characters. Also, not every AI-generated story or image will be perfect on the first try. That's why editing and refining are key. Start with a basic prompt, see the output, and refine it. Also, remember that a great storybook isn't just individual pages, it's a journey. Finally, wrap up your story with a memorable resolution or moral. Happy endings leave a lasting impression on your audience. Let's recap. We explored the core principles of writing text generation prompts, focusing on clarity, role assignments, and adding constraints to guide AI effectively. Then, we moved on to crafting image generation prompts, emphasizing visual clarity, style, inspiration, and even using negative prompts to refine outputs. Finally, we dived into the exciting possibilities of replicating images and important things to note when developing storybooks using AI. Now it's your turn. Start experimenting with these tips and tools and explore the boundaries of your imagination and creativity. Have questions or need clarification? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Absolute for more tutorials, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy prompting!